Hey, what's going on? It's Jeff Newpert from ChasingStrength.com. And in today's video, we are going to discuss the P word that sabotages your kettlebell workouts. All right, so let's get into it. I recently got off the Zoom the other night with Carl. And if you're on my email list, you've probably read other emails of mine where I've discussed his ongoing success. Well, the other night, he and I discussed more of his successes. In fact, I think it's safe to say that Carl has turned a corner. He stacked 21 weeks of training in a row under his belt. And to be honest, that's the most weeks in a row that he's done consecutively in a long, long time. Now, have they all gone perfectly according to plan? No, no way. He's had struggles and battles to face along the way, both scheduling and health, that he's had to overcome. But you know what? The reason for his success is that he has refused to give in to the P word. What's the P word? Perfectionism. Instead, he's looked for another P word, progress, right? So what we're talking about here is small W's, or what I call small W's, which are in fact small wins. And those are areas which he could have made choices that defeated him and took him further away from his goals. For example, the other night he came home from work and he was exhausted. Now, he had the choice of sitting on the couch with a remote in one hand and some beers in the other, or go work out. So what did Carl do? Well, perfect would have been to take his time, warm up, and train. But Carl knew he didn't have the time or the energy to warm up. And in fact, he also knew if he hit that floor, he was going to stay down. So what did Carl do instead? He just grabbed his kettlebells and away he went, right? So the key point here to remember is that many times, perfect is the enemy of the good, right? Let me repeat that. Perfect is the enemy of the good. Remember, in this world, perfect doesn't exist. Shoot for good instead. So an example, not training, not working out, well, that's bad, right? Training, working out, that's good. Let's start there, right? Then look for all the small, seemingly insignificant wins and stack those. Okay, let me say that again because it's super important. Look for all the small, seemingly insignificant wins and stack those instead, right? This is how you make a big win, right? This is how you wake up one day and amazingly, miraculously, suddenly, unexplainably, inexplicably, however you want to describe it, you're 10 pounds lighter and you're pressing the next kettlebell size up with ease. All right. So there are 5 secrets, right? Secrets. We got those air quotes again, 5 secrets you can use to make this a reality, right? So let's cover them. 1, use as few moving parts as possible, right? What does that look like? Well, it's very simple. Pick 1 to 3 exercises per session, right? This is why I put together so many of my programmings revolving around 1 or 2 lifts. They're easy to do, easy not to make excuses, easy just to get in, get out, and get done, right? Secret number 2, set a time limit for your training duration that makes you feel like a fool for not showing up and doing it, okay? So whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, you get the idea. 15 to 30 minutes, that's the sweet spot for most. All right, secret number 3, choose a frequency you know you can do, right? So again, same type of thing as the training duration. You'd feel like a fool for not showing up 2-3 times a week. Personally, and for most people, I recommend 3 times a week because it fits into almost any and every schedule. For many guys, they'll pick, twice during the week and once on the weekend, okay? Secret number 4, pick a time to train when you have the least number of excuses for failure, okay? Morning works for some because then it's done and out of the way and it's not staring you down at the end of the day, right? Like a double barrel shotgun or some kind of sword of Damocles hanging over your head. Some need the evenings because it acts as a stress relief or a buffer between work time and family time. That's what I prefer, right? For me, training is like dessert. Work is the main course and the vegetables. Training is the dessert. So I always put the training in at the end of the day, but that's just me. And some actually prefer lunch because it's the best of both worlds. They can't get up in the morning and they know once they get home, the kids are going to be crawling all over them and they have no time for themselves. So whatever you do is up to you, but just make sure you test it to see which one of those 3 options works best for you. Okay. And again, the only right answer is the answer that works for you. All right, final secret, secret number 5, use a load or a kettlebell size or sizes that doesn't feel overwhelming, right? So pick a weight you know you can do. The goal isn't to be a hero and set a PR every single time you train. That takes too much emotional energy, or what I've referred to earlier in other videos as emotional capital, okay? At least for some. The goal is to show up every time you say you're going to show up and then do the work you say you're going to do. All right. So this is why most of my programs are based off of the concept of RMs, or repetition maxes. You almost always do even the smallest percentage of your RM on any given day, regardless of how you feel. And you can almost always grab a small W, which again, remember, small W's, stack those small W's, those small wins, and you wake up with a big win one day. All right. Does that make sense? So take those 5 secrets, go forth and conquer. If you need a program to help you stack those small W's and beat perfectionism in favor of progress, I'll leave the links to 3 of them below, right? You can choose whichever one seems to fit your situation and help you achieve those 5 secrets, use those 5 secrets the best, okay? If you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Tell me where you've fallen down. Tell me what you think, right? What's your views on perfectionism versus progress, and what's your experience been? You know, if you found this video really helpful, forward it to a friend, share it with a friend, right? Put it on social media. Apparently, and I only realized this recently, you can share these videos on other social media channels like YouTube, Instagram. I think Instagram. I know YouTube and Twitter. So, you know, feel free to share these with your friends over on, I said YouTube, right? So feel free to share these with your friends over on Facebook and Twitter. That's what I meant. All right. So appreciate you watching. Hope you found this video helpful. I will see you in the next video. Until then, my friend, stay strong.